switching back to motherhood, I do want to touch on this. So, you retired from wrestling, you got married, you opened your yoga studio, and then was it 5 years after you opened your yoga studio that you had your son?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I had trouble in the beginning. I was because I think we're all type A personalities.
Yes.
Right. And so, which I think is funny. I think every wrestler I've met, like, I feel like we've known each other for 25 years now, the way we're talking, right? We're certainly all cut from the same fabric, right?
Absolutely. Complete freaks.
Okay, freaks, amazing. I swear. But yeah, I was having trouble conceiving because I was just like working constantly, ignoring my body, go, that kind of thing. And just something that a workaholic does. But workaholic is a real thing.
Oh, it is. Oh gosh, it's a disease just like anything else.
It changes the composition of your physiology of your body. Like when you think about how damaging stress hormones are and things like that. It's right to have that going on in your body. So yeah, it was affecting me. It's good. I feel like I have these moments to just take. I think the universe, and I say it like it sounds esoteric, but I think there's moments that it sends me moments to say, just hold on, stop for a second, just
right.
You know what I mean? Like even with my injuries, they kind of came. I mean, I probably injured my ankle. Like one of my first injuries was an ankle because I was training like crazy and I wanted to I'm going to do this. I finally got opportunities to be in the ring. Yeah. And I got a program with Jeff Hardy. That was the first time I started to do wrestling after I was being a ballet for all those years. And I was like, and so I was crazy, but like not listening to my body, just go, and just being careless and just too much, right? And not taking the proper steps to do it. Took that opportunity, like my body had to step back and go, I thought it was the worst thing in the world. Turned out it wasn't. I ended up having to I got to rekindle my love of wrestling. I sat back at home because you have nothing to do till you're ready to go.
Right.
Matches, and I got inspired, and I was like, okay, when I go back, I'm going to really do this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, anyway, so with my son, it's the same thing. I kind of like, okay, you're a yogi. Can you calm that down? You know what I mean? Can you be a yogi for a second, please? Yeah. So practice what you preach, maybe, So I just kind of went more internal, and then I was just more meditation, more practicing, just taking more time for me. Right. And then I just kind of felt like I got my body more balanced, and we were going to go that route. We were at the point where we were at like IVF route, where it was like, that was the next kind of round. And then it was a Christmas holidays, I remember, and I just taking that time to be completely off. Studio was, it was kind of calmed down after the Christmas break and everything. And then, and then we just conceived naturally. So we are so lucky. So.
And congratulations, obviously. But I think it's so funny because you touched on our type A personalities. So you obviously had it in your mind, okay, now I'm going to be a mom. I'm assuming you always wanted to be a mom. And you're like, okay, this is the plan. And the last thing you're supposed to do is stress. And the more it's not happening, the more stressed you get. And
getting older, I'm like, I need this to happen.
Well, and that's what I wanted to know too. We're a different generation than our moms and our grandmothers. Did you feel that? But living in the city, I'll never forget when I went to Sunnybrook for the first time for a prenatal class, and they said the average age of a first-time mom in Toronto is actually 35.
Oh wow!
Which made me feel loads better. But did you feel that pressure with age?
A little bit, only because I think 40 is like that number, like 40.
Yeah.
So I think I conceived Max at 38. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Maddie was 40. I was 40. No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was feeling that creeping up, and then wait, am I right about that? Yeah, that's right. 38, I think, or 37 to 38, I think.
Right.
When I actually had him, it was 38. I was feeling that. I was always very aware. I just knew, like, at one point, like right after wrestling, there wasn't like my mom was like, well, when are our grandbabies coming in? I'm gonna get married first. Like,
yeah.
We were married yet. Ron and I just knew, like, we're gonna leave this, and we're gonna, like, we just wanted to be together. We just did so much in that time. We just got all that stuff that we wanted to do before we knew we were gonna settle down.
Right.
So like we just had things in place that maybe some people at that age didn't have, kind of by 30 kind of thing.
Right.
We're very grateful and blessed that we had these things in place. We traveled, we did amazing things. We got all that stuff out of our system. I wanted to establish my business for sure. I wanted to look towards what are we doing in the future, and in that, so then he came at the right time. I feel like that allowed me to, I really felt like I walked away from my other baby, which was the yoga studio, the brand starts here.
Right.
I had done a lot of, at that point, did that self-fulfillment check. Okay.
Yeah.
what have I done right now since have I done the things I want to do? What more can I do?
Yeah.
And it's terrible because you're not really a right time for a baby either.
No.
We'll just do one more product launch and then I'll have to I know I said that out loud a couple times actually, but I'll do this first,
Yeah, of course, I get it.
I mean, and then I started to get around that time. I got a couple movie offers, which I hadn't before. So I was like, oh, and then it just like it wasn't the time because like you think about that, then I'm not going to be able to pursue these opportunities. I'm like, well, there's a reason. If it's right for me, I thought it'll just come back to me.
Right.
I literally Max was 6 months old, and I literally made the decision. I was actually talking to Apple, me and Ron for our baby.
Yeah.
Is he in Halifax, Nova Scotia? We were in.
Oh, okay.
So he was filming there. Where are you from originally? Are you from Toronto?
I am from Toronto. Yeah.
He was filming whatever he was. What show was he in? What show is Adam in? He was in.
Oh God! Not the Gladiator one, or the Viking. Sorry.
He was afterwards, but there was the other one he was in. Like, I can't remember. Anyway,
I'll look it up.
You guys listen to this. Let us know. Tweet us that.
Yes, please.
Anyway, so he was filming out there. We were on our baby moon. Adam texts me and goes, "Dude, are you here?" I'm like, "Where's here? What do you mean?" It's like, I'm like, "Oh my God." He was literally down the coast. So we were like, this is so cool. So we did a day trip. We went to, and he had a little house there because he was living there for a few months. And and actually we just got up like she's a little bit behind Max. So it's like such a cool serendipitous time. And then when we're there, he's like, "Dude, you got to call this agent." Like he talked about the show he was in. He's like, he's amazing. He's in Toronto. He's like, he's really laid back. He's not going to like pressure you. He's like, and he knows us. So he knows he's like, it might be weird to send Trish Stratus to like a standard, audition. Like, right. So he's really aware of that. And so, so he says he'll find the right opportunities for you. So I was like, all right, sure. So like, I think I had opened up, I actually at the Ritz-Carlton, I don't know if you ever know this, but the Ritz-Carlton, I opened up a studio there. So I just opened up my second location. We did a pop-up location there. And I felt really like, okay, good. Like everything's good. You know what I mean? My son's 6 months. I started to be a little more independent. You know what I mean? I could let him like stay with the babysitter now as opposed to me being like, I got to spin this game for it.
Yeah. I remember.
When I say attachment parenting, I do them all in, okay, Taylor? I don't know. Anyway, so then I took a meeting with him. I literally had my meeting, my opening of the studio, and then that afternoon I met with my agent Daniel for the first time, and he's like, "So you want to do this?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm ready. Let's like see what's out there. Let's whatever." And I said, "I'm not ready to like. I hit the pavement with my other career, but I'm not really to like. I'm not like I'm motivated. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. Like, I just can't lifestyle-wise go to auditions every day and do I just can't do that grind. So I felt like if something came out cool, he literally calls me a week later. He's like, okay, there's an action like a movie filming in Toronto with Danny Glover, Dominic Purcell, who he's in Prison Break. And who else was in there? There was some guy from Avatar, like amazing actors. You know? Seriously, and it was like the lead female of this like group of like missionaries. Like, wow. Okay, yes. So then I go to meet with them. So I got my first movie gig that way. So like, you know what I mean? I feel like the timing of things, like it just got things sort of fall into place at the time. But you have to stop and do those checks and then make that space for that to come in, I think. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So do you think that's where you're putting more of your focus these days, is into the acting?
Not really. I think I'm just, I don't, it's hard to even, I don't even know what all I can tell you is my focus has been momming for like, what have we been doing? So how long have we been in lockdown?
Oh God. Well, we're 8 months into COVID. So God, I don't even know anymore.
Like, I don't know. Did I ever do anything before this? That's all like, I don't know what I
don't remember.
I that's what I do, I guess now. Yeah. I don't even know. So before the COVID, what was my focus? I was basically doing, entertaining roles. I did a Christmas movie like that.
Yes.
And then, but the main focus is just like, kind of like, I was doing speaking engagements, autograph signings. I try to go once a month. I don't want to go more than that because I want to leave my kids at this age. But and then we were just, I have some things we were talking about. There's a few projects that we're sort of percolating that, I can't even think about them now. You know what I mean? This is crazy.
I know. We just got to get through tomorrow. We just got to get tomorrow's homeschooling done, or tomorrow's Monday.
And how hard it is, how hard it is. Oh gosh. It's so involved. I guess it depends on the age, though. I'd have to say, like you have a 10-year-old in your life too, right?
Yes, my stepson, and he's being homeschooled too. So, but my husband, he's really,
that's good. He's on it with him.
Yeah, really, really good. So, and like Maddie, my toddler, his preschool is still open. Thank God.
Oh, thank goodness. I mean, this one would be like, so it's okay to send the little one, but not the big one. How?
I know.
But I'm okay. I'm just gonna not.
Yeah.
Fine.
Hey, but you know what? They need it. They almost need it more than the teenagers and the elementary school kids.
Yeah, at this age, yeah. Well,
yeah.
And there's so many arguments for so many age groups right now, because I mean, really, I think maybe that middle age is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been like such a treat, and I feel like you and I can blab on forever, but it's late and we've been momming.
Just sitting in my family room. What's happening here? Okay, we're doing an interview on. So funny.
I like to end every episode exactly the same. I do 10 tailor-made questions. It's kind of a speed round, but don't feel rushed. Take as long as you want to answer all these questions. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Name one beauty product you cannot live without.
A beauty product? Oh yes. Gosh, because I'm not really like a beauty product person, but the one product.
Yes.
Lanolin cream.
Oh.
That defeats the rapid round thing.
Oh, okay.
So lanolin cream is basically, so Victoria and I were on the road one time and she got a tattoo and she had to put lanolin cream on it, like basically it's a film to like keep it protected.
Right.
So she's putting it on, we're reading the bottle, we're like, oh my God, it's actually for cracked nipples. But then, she had gotten her lips tattooed. That's why. So I'm like, oh my God, that looks amazing. What are you wearing? Literally looks like lip gloss, like the MAC lips, right? So
yeah.
we're like this, like for cracked nipples. I'm like, what's happening here? So, but that's a good way. You don't have to spend $18 on MAC lip gloss. Just get this bottle, it'll last you forever. And it's so good and so moisturizing. So it's in my bag at all times. It makes your lips so glossy. And it's also great for cracked nipples. So if you have them.
You've sold.
But if not, whatever you do. And there you go.
You sold me. I'm getting lanolins. I'm getting some. What is your favorite exercise?
Squats, would say squats. Best all rounded. So good.
Yes, I agree. What is your biggest pet peeve?
When people put the toilet paper roll when it rolls under.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, don't tell me you do. You go
No. My husband does it.
Whoa.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I love him, but oh my God.
But do you change it every time? Like
yes.
Oh my God. I literally go to other people's houses and I'm like, and I change it. And I'm like, okay, they don't know I did. Why do I have to change their? It's just ridiculous. That's type A for sure.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. When you pull it, the whole thing, it does not. Underwood is no good. I don't really have. I'm so boring. I have no answers. Celebrity crush. Let's let J-Lo maybe. Can I? She's.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a great answer. That woman is timeless.
Oh my God! Like just, I mean, I saw her concert. I went. My girlfriend sent me for my birthday just before. Like, was it whenever does December was. December, whatever that was. Oh my gosh, it's like amazing. And so you appreciate from, of course, as a performer standpoint, you're watching, like, and as a aging woman, as an aging performer, watching, like, she's amazing. I just love her to death. Yeah.
Was she as dewy in real life as she is? Oh my gosh.
Talking like she's here. Like that's how close, 50 feet on like your Tron. And I'm like, how? Like she's, how old are you? You're
just full face of lanolin cream. That's it.
Seriously. Oh yeah. That's the trick. Okay.
I'm gonna try it too.
Please text me when you do that.
I will. Okay. Favorite band or artist?
So I'm gonna throw J-Lo in there just because I love her music, but I love her and appreciate her as an artist as well. You know.
That's cool. Do you have a secret vice, like drinking a glass of wine in the shower?
Oh. I don't do that. I haven't tried that yet. But I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. Sometimes people call me boring, but
no,
I don't have any like moral weaknesses that would transfer to being a vice. But a weakness. I definitely have lots of weaknesses. I talked about my obsession with the decorating. I don't know if that's a vice, but I have this need to my son's like, oh, I just finished this book. I'm like, let's celebrate. I don't know. I have this I have to celebrate everything. And I love it. And it's funny because my mom will be like, oh, now you got to decorate. And I'm like, oh, that is my happy place. I'm excited to go to bed. And I'm going to actually, when we get off, I'm going to actually decorate our party. I'm so
Oh. Your kids are so lucky. That is the best vice for a mom to have.
I do my food art.
Oh, what wrestler has the best entrance music?
I've always loved Victoria's. Her first, the tattoo one.
Yes.
And then, every time that other one came out, that whoop, we were like, no, I don't. Never clicked for me with her. It just didn't. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. That other one was so solid, right? It was,
Yeah. So, what is your drink of choice? You don't drink alcohol, but it's a non-alcoholic question. It could be any drink. So, what is your drink of choice?
Hot chocolate, I would say.
Oh.
Hot chocolate. The minute it becomes cold out, I'm like, it's hot chocolate time. I'm a person, right? Hey, do you want to come over and drink hot chocolate and decorate?
You are the hot version of Martha Stewart.
Okay, I'll take that.
What was your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
Okay. I was pretty lucky. I didn't have too many crazy embarrassing moments. We had those clothing malfunctions here and there and stuff like that. But probably so my epic retirement match, I'm in the Air Canada Center in front of my hometown crowd, and it's my final moment, and the crowd's going crazy for me walking down the thing, and I'm walking down the ramp, and I'm feeling the emotion, and then I go up the stairs, and then I tumble. It was a risk. No. Yeah, I didn't tumble off, but I just it was. And then why do we do that when you tumble? You do that I'm good. Who saw that? I mean, who didn't see that? But anyway, so that was thankfully, thanks to WWE programming, it's maybe erased from some people's memories. So don't go look for it because you may not.
But considering the length of your career, that is pretty darn good if that's your most embarrassing moment.
I think so too. What about you? Can I ask you what your embarrassing moment is?
No, it's great. So my producer, she interviewed me with all of my 10 questions sort of thing. I don't get embarrassed. I don't have an embarrassing moment. I've done I've done all the things that should be embarrassing, your fallopian tubes and uterus shouldn't be treated as a pinball machine. But every time you take a front bump, most of us pee a little bit, right?
Yes, it happens. Yeah.
But I would say, pre this lockdown, I was training at my friend Chris Chambers' wrestling school in Liberty Village, Super Kicked, and I had these Amazon Gymshark-esque leggings on, and they had done me well for about 4 months through squats and whatever, and I had been chain wrestling for about 20 minutes, and I felt the breeze, and I looked down, and I had ripped about 8 inches, just my entire crotch, but I had underwear on.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
But
you embarrassed?
No, I just ended up ripping my tank top and turning it into a Captain Underpants diaper and just got on with it.
Carried it and got that back in that chain.
That's it. But it's wrestling. I think our level of embarrassment is different than.
Right, we're doing our life in front of these people, public. You know what I mean? You're used to it. It happens. I mean, I'm not. Was I embarrassed by the trip? I'd rather it didn't happen.
Yes. Yeah. You lived.
I went on to have a great match. Hopefully they remember that part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel the same thing. We're so we've heard quite a bit. So,
Yeah. Okay, last question. Finish this lyric. Life is a highway.
I want to ride it
all night long. Yay!
This Canadian one. I like it.
That's why I chose. Yes.
Oh man, he's a great artist too.
Oh yeah, love it. That is such a good hype song.
Yeah, no, it is. I love it. Very cool. This has been so much fun. I'm so glad we made this happen.
But thank you so much for doing this. I really, really, really appreciate it. This was such an honor and a privilege to have you on the podcast.
appreciate it. Well, good luck with everything, and good luck with the podcast as well as this homeschooling, and also with your career. Hello, a little bit busy.
Trying.